Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Performance Excellence Forum from GRQC. I'm James Boyd, co-chair of the Greater Rochester Quality Council. GRQC is an affiliate of the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce Foundation. Before we begin, I'd like to announce that today's Performance Excellence Forum is being recorded. The recording, as well as the presenter deck, will be posted to GRQC's website. Closed captioning is available for the program. To enable it on your device, you can click on the CC icon on your screen. Out of respect for other participants, we ask everyone remain on mute unless you are speaking. GRQC's mission is to stimulate and foster excellence in the product, services, and processes of all organizations and businesses across our community. The council is made up of members who are dedicated to collaboration and the demonstration of proven quality improvement methods. We have an exciting lineup of programs across 2024. Our next program after today on June 26th will be planning, learning, improving the value of after action reviews, featuring Dr. Joanne Sternke, a master examiner for the Baldrige National Quality Program. For more info on that, visit our website at www.grqc.org. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to join us at today's forum focused on excellence in the performing arts. Our speaker today, Jamey Leverett of the Draper School of Dance, wants to encourage your questions and plans to leave plenty of time for discussion and collaboration after some prepared remarks. We invite you to enter your questions at any time into the chat, and Jamey will address them during the discussion period. GRQC has historically focused on 5 communities across Rochester. That's business, healthcare, education, not-for-profit, and government. But a 6th very important community, and one that Rochester is known for internationally, is the arts community. The National Center for Arts Research has named Rochester as the 17th most arts vibrant city in the country, with live music, dance, and theater available daily. And with world-renowned teaching institutes, Rochester is truly a world-class city for the performing arts and arts education. So how does Rochester achieve this level of excellence in the performing arts? That's going to be our theme today. For the last year, we at GRQC have been wanting to feature a local leader from the arts community. And fortunately, a work colleague of mine introduced me a couple of months ago to Jamey Leverett. Today, Jamey will be joined by several of her current and former students to discuss and demonstrate the education and training processes that she uses for aspiring dancers. At this time, I'll turn the program over to our facilitator, GRQC board member, and a proud dance parent, Julio Toledo, who will introduce our speaker. Julio?
Good morning, everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to welcome Jamey Leverett, a distinguished figure in the world of dance, to our event of excellence in the performing arts. Ms. Leverett received her principal training at the Draper Center and has had a remarkable career with the Rochester City Ballet, performing major roles and emerging as a gifted choreographer. Her works have been featured in prestigious venues such as the Jackson International Ballet Competition and the Festival dei Due Monti in Italy. Currently, as the artistic director of Draper Center and former artistic director of Rochester City Ballet, she continues to elevate the art of dance through her innovative choreography and commitment to artistic excellence. Her students have been placed in the top 10 finalists and won multiple regional, national, and international dance competitions. And while dance competitions are not the primary focus of Draper, the experience and exposure gained by the students helps them to pursue higher education and placement with top ballet companies. Jamey's students have gone on to study at the Juilliard School, the Boston Conservatory of Berkeley, Fordham University, and NYU, and multiple international programs. Additionally, Draper alum have moved on to dance professionally with the American Ballet Theater, New York City Ballet, Joffrey Ballet, and multiple other top-performing ballet companies across the world. Please join me in welcoming Jamey Leverett.
Thank you, Julio. I appreciate those kind words. And thank you for having me today. I'm super thrilled and actually quite humbled that you chose me to speak to you today. So we're going to get right into it. I think I'll start with a few remarks about our history. But before we do that, I want to introduce you to several of our dancers. These are dancers with our professional training program. Actually, why don't you guys come up here really quickly? And one at a time, just say hello and say your name and your age and how long you've been dancing at Draper. Maddie, why don't you start first?
Hi, I'm Madison Bevilacqua. I'm 16 years old and I've been dancing at Draper for 7 years.
Hi, I'm Sam Gauss. I'm 15 years old and I've been dancing at Draper for 12 years.
I'm Nathan Tejado. I'm 16 years old and I've been dancing at Draper for 10 years.
I'm Lily Hall. I'm 17 years old and I've been dancing at Draper for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Victoria Rankowski. I'm 18 years old and I've been dancing at Draper for 6 years. Okay, why don't you guys take your place? These are members of our professional training program, and I'll tell you guys a bit more about these dancers a little bit later in the program. But first, I thought I'd start by talking about my mentor, Tim Draper, who is the founder of our organization. Tim had a dance career that was riddled with injuries. And so on the side, he started teaching and doing a lot of teaching in the areas where he had a professional career. And ultimately, those injuries drew him back home to Rochester, New York, where he continued to do some teaching. And while he was home, he realized, and from his experiences being away, that Rochester needed a high-level ballet school. And he wanted that ballet school to be an organization where dancers could study to have a professional dance career. Because in Tim's day and age, if you wanted to have a professional dance career, you had to leave home. You had to go away. And he did. When he was 14 years old, he left home and went away to study with a woman named Kathleen Crofton, who danced with the Royal Ballet. And he felt that he lost a lot of important time with his family. He didn't always have the support he needed. He was very stressed at times. And he wanted to create an environment where you could get that high level of education and still be at home with your family and getting the support you need from the family. Maybe even many of our kids go to regular school during the day. They get to still do proms and have normal social lives to an extent, seeing as how they dance 20 hours a week on top of school. And so Tim wanted to create that environment. So in 1986, that's exactly what he did. He started the Studio of Dance in an old warehouse space in the Village Gate on Goodman Street. And from those beginnings, we now have the Timothy M. Draper Center for Dance Education, which has over 200 kids in the school. And I think it's been, I've been with the school more than 30 years. I started my dance training at the school, transitioned to a teacher and an assistant to Tim. And in 2003, unfortunately, we lost Tim far too early. He was just 49 years old and lost him to an unexpected heart attack. And very quickly, we all had to bond together to make sure that the Draper Center for Dance Education continued forward. and also the Rochester City Ballet at the time. So I'll talk to you more about that throughout the afternoon event. But let's get into some dancing. I think that this is the exciting part. So what we do is we train high-level dancers. So there's no audition to get into the Draper Center. You can come at any age and we will find a place for you to study ballet at the highest level. And even without an audition, we're able to produce dancers that go out into the world and, like Julio said, have major careers. I think Julio probably has my microphone ready for me. I'm going to be traveling through the room and giving corrections. I'm going to be giving you a sample of what these dancers do every day. Like I said, these are dancers who are members of the professional training program at the Draper Center. That means they dance 6 days a week, coupled with a vigorous rehearsal schedule. They usually come over to the studio around 3:30 in the afternoon, start classes at 4, and typically end rehearsals in the evening by 9 o'clock. On Saturdays, they dance 12 to 6. Sundays is their day off if it's not a performance weekend. So often these dancers are just giving all their free time to their dance education and pursuing a dance career. So we're going to transition over to our training process. We're going to mute my computer. I'm going to go over to the dancers and then I'm going to get the microphone and we're going to continue on. If you give us just 1 second.
There you go.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now? Yes?
Yes.
Great. I have quite a lot of information on dance training and not so much information on technology. So bear with us. I'm lucky to have Julio here to assist. So you just saw me starting to give our first combination at the bar. And we're going to move into that right now. Sorry, just reading something on the screen. Yep, we're good. So we start by warming up each part of the body before we head into the center floor to do dancing. We start at the bar every day. Technique class is about 2 hours long. They spend about an hour at the bar and an hour in center. We are not going to do a full bar today because that would take much longer than the time we have. So we're going to do an abridged version. And we're going to start with our warm-up fondue. I have the phone with me, so I'm going to give corrections just as if this were a class for them. So first position dancers. And right foot, fondue front, 1, 5. Lengthen the toe. And 2. Lengthen the toes. And 3, lengthen the toes, eyes up, nice deep plie. Stretch, fondue to the front, 1. Deep fondue on the standing leg, foot right in front, close, carry side, slowly rotate in, rotate out, starting to the back. 5 toes, 1, and lengthen. And 2, don't press into the toes there, Sam, that's it. And a nice deep plie on both legs. And stretch. And 1. Good. Fondue. Stretching up. Slowly rotate. Turn in. Out. And finish. 2 arms on ball. Now, typically, we do the tendu exercise, warm-up tendu exercise on both sides, but to save time, we're just going to do one side. Now, this may seem like very tiny, minute movements, and you're absolutely correct. In fact, tendu and plie, what you just saw here is the foundation of all ballet work. Can you guys do first position demi-plie, please? We'll be moving into a plie exercise very shortly, but this movement is the landing, the takeoff, and the transition for every step you see in ballet. This is one of the very first movements that our level 1 ballet dancers learn. You guys can come up. And then they practice it for years and years and years and years and years, all the way up through their professional career. They're still trying to perfect the detail of the demi-plie, which is a knee bend. Can we turn sideways to that guy? They also have to be having perfect posture and alignment for classical ballet. And one thing that's very unique to classical ballet is something called turnout. It is, not everybody is born with turnout. Yes, it's how we are able to rotate the legs in the hip socket. And every person is born with varying degrees of that. But we have discovered through many years of training that you can develop rotation to a certain extent. You guys can relax for 1 second. Our training program actually follows what's known as the Cuban syllabus. So for our pre-ballet through our level 5 class, we follow the Cuban syllabus. And then once we get to our professional training program, we transition to a more wide range of syllabus, and we combine many aspects of many different syllabus. The Cuban syllabus, which works wonderful for us, was created by Alicia Alonso, and she created it because the Cuban dancer's body was very different than the Russian or European body type. And they had different lengths of legs, different feet shapes, and different amounts of rotation. So they couldn't just fully follow the Vaganova method or the Royal Ballet method or the method for the Paris Opera. So they created this method that develops rotation. And like I said, we don't pick and choose who can join the Draper Center. Anybody can join the Draper Center and learn dance at a high level. So for us, the Cuban method was a great start. And then when they get to an advanced level and they get into our professional training program, then they are able to take on other various forms and other information from different styles. Once they're in the professional training program, we try to target what each one of their individual strengths are and would take aspects of different training to best show off their strengths and best help them pursue a career in dance. So we're going to go on to a plie exercise next. You'll see that now we are moving up into the hip sockets. Really, we were focused mostly on the feet a moment ago and the knees, moving all the way up into the hip sockets. At this level, we are also working on coordination and musicality. So they will be working on the quality of the plie, both demi, small, and grand, full, but they'll also be working on the coordination and use of the head and upper body, where there are very clear, distinct rules in classical ballet, and at the same time working on musicality. So there's a lot going on up here for these dancers, not just in their bodies. So dancers, let's get ready for our plie combination. First position. One moment, sorry everybody. And plie. Nice preparation. Front and plie. Allongé using the head. Plie. Releve up on balance. Let go. Landing. Full grand plie. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a tendu. Check your placement. Weight into the ball of the foot. Second position. Arms going up to fifth. Grand plie. Tail is straight down and up. Simple forward, stretching it out. Good. Grand plie, 2 arms up. Tail straight into the floor. And up and back. Keep lengthening that arm. Past the face there. Good, dancers. Fifth position back. Tendu back. 1. And watch the feet shapes. Allongé. Plie in the front. Releve up, arms first. Let go. Plie. That's right. Grand plie. And 1, 2. Good, you guys. 3, 4. Tendu to find first position. We're actually going to stretch it out, everybody. Cobra forward. Big breath. Forward 1. That's it. 2. Make sure those kneecaps are pulled up, fully engaging the quad. Up. Take a moment. Check the arm shape and the shapes of the fingers. Posture. Up and back. Arm through second. And breath and just finish, dancers. Eyes out. Letting go of the bar, knowing we're fully on balance. Very good. Thank you. We're going to continue on with the training process here. We've done tendus and pliés. Like I said, that's the base. We're moving on to now lifting the leg off the floor. Or actually, we're still on tendus. We're going to do the tendu with the flex and fondu. So in this exercise, like I said earlier, we were talking about developing rotation. So if somebody could do an example of that. Maddie, can you come and lay on the floor, please? Good. Turn. Yeah, that's good. And so if you look, hopefully everybody can see her feet. That's right. Beautiful. Now go to parallel position. Most of us spend our time in this position, but dancers spend 99.9999999% of their time in this position. Stretch those knees all the way, and we spend a lot of time trying to develop as much of that external rotation as possible, and this exercise contributes to that. Maddie, you guys remember tendu, flex and fondu, and out and close, tendu, hold, in and in. Again, still working on our artistry and our musicality. This one's a little tricky. These dancers want to close before the exact time often as they get working on the combination, but they have to hold and be really tuned in to the musicality, the combination. And then as you hear, I'm also cueing them and giving them feedback through the whole combination. Dancers, this position, right foot front. Nice preparation. And tendu 1, flex and rotate, and out, and close. Tendu hold, don't move, don't move, don't move. Sit, and 1, and rotate, and out. Be mindful of that standing knee too. Tendu, and close, in, ooh, I messed up. And, luckily they didn't. And 2, and 3. Good, tendu hold, beautiful upper body dancers. And in tendu fondu allongé. Tendu fondu, susu arm fit. And we turn to the other side. And just finish for now, dancers. Very good. Yeah, so typically we would be doing the other side also. And then we would also speed it up. And the combinations also can be more complicated at times. Moving on to dégagé, everybody. So now we're getting to the point where we're taking one leg off the floor. Now you might say to yourself, why do they spend this time at the bar? When we come into the center, we are reliant on just our own bodies. And like I said, these dancers are constantly in a state of trying to develop more and get more. So having that moment, having the bar, and just something to give them a little extra support, they're able to push their bodies a little bit more than they would with no support. So we start at the bar. Now, the hard part about that is, especially with younger dancers, is dancers have a tendency to want to use the bar too much. So then that will not translate into the work they do in the center. So even though they have the bar for support so that they can push their muscles more, they can't be overly reliant on the bar because they have to be able to have the placement to balance in center floor. So we're moving into the fondu, open second and a first sit, on cloche, on cloche, on cloche, and fit, square it up. Fondu, open second and a first sit, and cloche, and cloche, and cloche, square it up. Just one, with the big port de bras shapes. And yes, we are working from the waist down, but you also see all the work that's happening up here. And they start learning these shapes when, again, way down in the level 1, which is right now my level 1s range in age from 6 to 8 years old. and they start learning all of these shapes and all the rules around creating these shapes. And these shapes are created to make the most beautiful and fluid lines and long lines on the stage. So they're practicing for what will be practically used in repertoire on the stage, giving the most effective look to the line. So we're moving now into the dégagé dancers, fifth position. And one, open two, and a 1, 2, 3. Notice the speed is starting to lift. 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, and out. Good. Make sure you're using just the one arm. Face. Close. Side. Stay. And close. Do the back. Stay. And close. And stay. Let's stretch it out forward. Fifth position. Stretching forward. 2, 3, and up. Up and back. 1 and 2. Very good, dancers. Susu arms first. Stay. Check that balance. That's it. Very nice. And expand the arms. Hold. And we'll just and finish. Nice work, dancers. Very good. Let's move right into our rond de jambe. Did you lose me here, Julia? Or is that stuff? Oh. All right. Rond de jambe, do you guys remember? So rond de jambe, we are even more greatly developing the turnout, but in isolation. So when we do rond de jambe en l'air, Lily, can you put your back to the bar, please? So we are brushing to second position, 90 degrees. Come back to fifth. When she does that, the tendency would be to let this side move. Dégagé to the side, 90. 90 is fine. And let that fall in. So we can't let that happen because, again, in center floor, that won't be useful for us. So fifth position, she's going to take the leg 90 degrees side, feeling the hips totally level. Now, from the hip to the knee, have to stay totally still as she does the rond de jambe en l'air, which you can see. I don't know if you can see on your video, but I can see her muscles are shaking a little bit, which means she's doing it right. Okay, well, everybody remember this one? Brush 1 and 2 and 3. Fondue, increase, up and over, find the arabesque line. Single, double, fondue, envelope, développé. Here we go, dancers. Rond de jambe. Sorry, there we go. Use that upper body fully. And 1, rond en l'air, and 2, and 3. And 4, fondue, increase the shape up and over evenly. Examine the line of the head and arm. And single, double, eyes up, Sam, single. And we're going to take the arm to fifth, brush fondue devant. Envelope, développé to your arabesque. Lift the leg, don't put it down, don't put it down, don't put it down. And 1, en dedans, 2, 3, 4, that's it, very nice. Fondue, heel on top, good. And single, 1. Very good. Flat through the first, brush the arm arabesque, envelope, développé. Into the bar for the stretch, nice deep plie, way out, up, down and around, yes. Good, and way out, up, back and around. And Susu. And retrait balance. Good, check in with that posture and those feet shapes. And finishing up. Good. Okay, we're just cruising through the time here, so I'm not sure we're going to stay too much longer at the bar, but I thought I should touch on the fact that, and you can probably see, that these dancers have incredible strength and flexibility. So just very quickly, dancers, can we do stretch a la mode? We regularly stretch, we regularly strengthen our bodies. So let's see here, dancers. And right foot, fondue coupe 1. Up to attitude on 2. Good. Grabbing around the foot, 3. Now supporting the standing knee as we take the leg to second position. Good. Stretching up. That's it. Good. Let's pull it into the bar a little. Give it a little pull. That's it. Recover. Let go and maintain the legs at that height. And slowly tendu. We do that on both sides and a varying range of stretches to develop to that point, as well as conditioning exercises. So I think we're going to transition the dancers into center floor, but maybe I should answer a couple of questions. I see the chat ticking up there. So if there's some questions while the dancers get ready for center floor. This is, I'm not sure if you heard that question. It's posted. So the question I'm answering is about the culture in the Draper School. It's posted in chat. The question is, describe the culture in a few words and how it affects the Draper Center essentially. I'd say the culture in the school, I think it's probably a great question for the dancers too. But for myself, I think we are very focused, passionate, dedicated. On our website, it says we teach confidence, character, accomplishment, and dance. And I think that really captures who we are. It's also a family environment. We're not too big. Like I said, this is the first year we've actually gone over 200 students in our school. So we're a small environment. Parents, like Julio, are super involved in the organization. We have a parents and friends organization that help out and do a lot of wonderful things for the kids. And overall, I think we're happy. Yes. I think the dedication and the passion that we have contributes to our results. And I'm not sure. Dancers, do you have anything you want to contribute to that? Come on over, quickly. Thanks. As you can see, they're also really good at following directions. What do you guys think? How do you feel day to day coming into the studio? What do you look forward to, and what's the culture for you? Maddie?
Like Jamey was saying, it's like a family and everyone is just so close. It's not like OMG, like I don't know who she is. Like we're all close, we all know each other, and everyone is really hardworking too in class. No one is really not ever working hard. So
I think that's it. They're like-minded young people, especially in our professional training program. They're like-minded. You know, they go to school with people who maybe aren't always as serious as them about their hard work and about dedicating themselves to something. So here at Draper Center, they can find an environment where they're surrounded by people just like them. Anybody have anything else they want to contribute? Victoria?
the teachers are very eager to work with us. You can tell when they come into the building. None of them are ever in bad moods or anything like that. They're all super eager to work with us and continue with our dance training.
We are human. That was very nice, Victoria. There has been times when I've been in a bad mood, not gonna lie. But typically when I come into the studio and I see these beautiful faces and they're working hard and they're striving towards their dream and they're making me laugh because they're also very witty, smart, funny people, it makes for a great environment. Let's transition to center dancers. Let's start with Adagio. So like I said, that placement needed to be just right at the bar. They have to have strength. They have to have placement. They have to know the proper shapes, and they have to have flexibility, and that will be demonstrated in this combination. Sorry, everybody, one moment. Beautiful dancers. Coup de pied, passe, développé to écarté devant. Promenade, effacé devant, promenade, beautiful reach with the port bras. And promenade fouette,
Finding attitude in the back. Make sure that standing heel's all the way around, Lily. Rise for a balance. Bandhu Batma. Toss the leg. Big balancing. Soutenu. Retire. Stay. Plie. Nice big breath, and let's stretch that out. Simple forward. 1. And recover. Beautiful port de bras present. Breath. Finish. And again, that would typically be slightly longer combination, and they would do both sides. Let's move right away into our Andadon pirouette combination. So now we're really starting to move. Yeah, so ladies, I think you're first, right? Oh no, 3 dancers and then 2 dancers, that's right. We're gonna have this group do the right side, the other group do the left side. Plie, Andadon, plie, détourné, place, bump, double Andadon, place, balance, stay, soutenu, place fourth, attitude turn, élanger. Beautiful. Here we go, guys. Plie Andadon. Plie Andadon turn. Plie and up. Up, place, and double. And balance, stay. Good. Breath. Place, attitude turn. And find the balance, hold, fight. Good. Pas de bras, next group entering. Good. Find your spot, pause, wait for your music. Good. Nice preparation. Prepare the arms. And to the left, dancers. And 1. Up. Plie up. Double. And balance. Good. Up. Attitude. And hold, fight. Deep plie. That's it. Pas de bras and finish. Thank you. Good job, dancers. We're just going to do 2 more quick exercises, and then we'll turn it over to a question and answer and talk a little bit more about the school and our training processes. So let's come on out and do our petit allegro warm-up jump. So now we're starting to leave the floor, and this is where that first statement I made about technique and the plie is so important. Also, you should know these are state-of-the-art dance studios. We have sprung floors, so the dancers' joints are supported, so they have longevity in their career and they're not injuring their bodies over time. And the substance they're dancing on is called Marley, and it's used internationally as the main dance floor for all professional dance companies and professional dance organizations. So we train our dancers on those floors so they're prepared moving into professional careers. First and a second and a second and a 1 foot, pas de bourrée. Échappé, bat 2, royale with a hold. Here we go, Dan. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, and stay, and rest. That's enough. Good. Again, we usually do that and repeat that several times for strength, for stamina, for the stage, but for time restraints, we're not only going to do it once. And now we're going to transition to our middle allegro. Notice how we're increasing the quickness, the speed, the coordination, the amount of expectation, and the time we're leaving the floor, the height of the jump. So we do jeté bat 2, ton levé, pick up pas de bourrée, jeté bat 2, ton levé, and pas de bourrée, tombe de cuisse, showing that beautiful foot shape, tombe de cuisse, showing the beautiful foot shape, pas de shot, pas de shot, pas de shot. The first side we do the entrechotois. Jeté bat 2, ton levé, and pas de bourrée, jeté bat 2, ton levé, and pas de bourrée, tombe de cuisse, pas de shot. We just do 3 pas de shots for the finish. And ladies will go first, then our gentlemen. Gentlemen, are you going to add the beat on the ton levé? Excellent. t'ai battu, ton levé. And 1, 2, 3, je t'ai battu, ton levé. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, and pas de shot. Well, good. Je t'ai battu. Remember, this side is going to end with just 3 pas de shots. Gentlemen, enter the stage. Stay. Thank you, ladies. Good boys. Nice, man. Good. Very nice. And since we're running low on time, I just really quickly would like to just show you a couple elements that would be used to conclude class. Nathan, let's see. Actually, let's start with the ladies. Victoria, pique, pique double, and pique, pique double, Shanae. 6, 7, 8. Ready? 6, 7, 8. And 1 and double and 1 and double and Shanae. And finish. Lily. Both sides. Tombe pas de break, glissade, soda shot. Contretemps in between. 6, 7, 8. And a tombe pas de break and glissade. Big jump and tombe pas de break and glissade. Big jump. Very nice. Maddie, fouette. Moving forward and 1. Let's throw some doubles in there. Good. And finishing. Very nice. Next, switch leap. So you saw the soda shot, and now the gentlemen are going to add an extra movement at the top of the jump. Nathan, and just say, and switch flip. Good. And, oh, you only fit 1 in. That's okay. Good. Thank you, Nathan. Sammy, let's do entre-chassés to start. 6, 7, big jump, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Real 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And both boys, how about a double tour? Give us a double tour, gentlemen. I know Sam's a righty and Nathan's a lefty, so here we go. And up, and give us your best double tour. And finish. Very nice. Okay, dancers, come on out and come forward. And again, we're ready to take some, since we're going to be up at my microphone, I think I should turn my microphone back on, and then I can hear other people's questions also.
Okay, everybody, now's the time. Is there anything I can answer for you? Let me see here. I've had a variety of experiences with Draper for many years. Oh, thank you. Hi, Michelle. In quality, success is often driven by the attributes you are demonstrating, teaching. These are such nice comments. Julio, can you point me in the direction of some of the questions? Yes, we do track our dancers' careers. You can actually go up on our website to see many of our dancers' alumni stories. Sorry. I can give you several great stories. First, Sarah Lane, who was a teeny tiny ballerina, grew up dancing here at Draper. She was about 5'2". Well, she says, I think she was a little tinier. And as she graduated high school, dance-wise, she had the incredible talent to be able to definitely pursue a professional dance career, but she was not getting a lot of offers because of her size. She was very tiny. And in fact, she auditioned for American Ballet Theater, and they said, well, we'll put you on the waiting list, so they didn't really give her a contract. We ended up taking her to the Youth America Grand Prix, and she was chosen to perform in the gala. And I'm gonna age myself right here. We had to hand in the music on cassette tape. So the music she was performing to was cassette tape. So we handed it in, we're in the audience, we're at Lincoln Center. She's performing on the Lincoln Center stage with some very select students and some stars of the ballet world. And she steps out, and about 8 counts into the performance, we hear, and the whole tape is just gone. I was in charge of getting the music, so I'm freaking out and thinking, oh my goodness, Tim's gonna kill me, who was sitting right next to me. And he put his hand on my leg and said, don't worry, I think this is better. So she proceeded to do the whole variation, which was a 2-minute variation, which she stretched out to 4 minutes, just filling out every step and every line and every balance. And she ended that performance to a standing ovation. So through the whole performance, everybody was trying to keep it hush. And as soon as she finished the variation, the whole audience exactly jumped to their feet. And it was standing ovation, Lincoln Center, 17 years old. After the performance, running down the aisle is the director of American Ballet Theater, waving Tim and I down and said, we've made a mistake. We want Sarah Lane. She went on to become a principal dancer with American Ballet Theater, the shortest dancer ever in American Ballet Theater history. And she's from right here in Rochester, New York. But if you want to see Sarah dance, you can actually watch the movie The Black Swan with Natalie Portman, because she is the dance double for that. And then we also have, I mean, there's so many, but Aisha Ash, I think, is very notable. She is an African-American female dancer from Rochester, New York. She went on and had a career at New York City Ballet and throughout Europe. And she is now the director of the School of American Ballet in New York City, which was founded by Balanchine, the first ever African-American director of the school. So we're breaking bounds all over the places. So we're very proud of all of our alumni.
Next question is, as dancers pursue excellence in their artistic journey, what are some of the common challenges they face, and how do you help them overcome those?
Oh, that's a good question. When dancers, one more time, give that to me one more time.
Dancers pursue excellence in their artistic journey, what are some of the common challenges they face? How do you help them to overcome those?
How do I help them overcome their artistic challenges on their journey? So what we find is that not everything they can accomplish in the studio can be equally accomplished on the stage, on the spot, under the lights, with an audience. So performance anxiety is a huge part of a professional dance career. And how we do that, how we help them overcome that, is giving them as many performance opportunities as possible. So our dancers, like Julio said, we are not 100% competition focused. We are performance and concert focused and training and technique focused, but we do have our dancers take part in competitions largely for the opportunity to spend more additional time on the stage overcoming those nerves, overcoming the challenges of live art and learning how to manage that, because there's not a principal dancer in the world who hasn't had a slip on the floor or a baby crying in the front row. And how do you keep your concentration? How do you keep delivering that really serious, beautiful character on the stage with a baby crying in the front row or a dancer slipping next to you? We teach them those skills. So again, as many opportunities to get them on the stage as possible is really, and also telling them how individually beautiful they are, that they all have something to bring to the art form. So we're getting ready to present Little Red Riding Hood, a story ballet that myself and my husband created together. And they are the lead characters, and they have to develop these characters. And when we restage the choreography, I say to them, well, look what the dancer before you did. And isn't this wonderful? And look at this and how they did this or how they portrayed the character. But now don't copy them. Get inspiration from them, and you bring your own self. So the fact that we give them opportunity to truly say who they are as artists. It's like me today. I feel like I didn't have to do a lot of preparing because I know in my heart what is true about the Draper Center and what we do. And if I just speak from the heart and be true, I'm going to give you guys good information. And that's them with their dancing. If they really dance from the heart and they're true to who they are as artists, they're going to give a magnificent performance. And we try to instill that in them through their training and opportunities.
So last question, when your dancers have a major performance, what process do you use to review how things went and what areas should be targeted for improvement?
We have something called notes, which they're all very familiar with, and it's an assigned time after the performance. If we have a run or a long weekend of shows, we don't always do the notes at the end of the show. We may do them the next morning so they're fresh before the show. And we sit down. Myself and our ballet master, Beth Bartholomew, are in the audience, and we have our notepads, and every little misshapen foot, every little slight spacing, every little timing that's slightly off, we note it. And then afterwards, we spend at least a half hour discussing what things we can do better, how to do them better. Sometimes they're very, very aware. They're like, yes, I missed that. I know this is how we're going to fix it. And sometimes they weren't aware that something was just slightly misshapen. So as much information as possible. I think notes are so absolutely imperative to the success of a dancer's growth and to the success of a production. So it's something I feel very strongly about, making sure they always get honest feedback in a kind way. And I think that's what makes them great employees too. After their dance career, if they go out into the world, and we have lots of doctors and lawyers. I actually just had Maddie's sister just graduated from State Trooper School. So the Draper dancers are out in the world doing amazing careers, and they're great employees because they're dedicated, they're focused, they're on time, and they can take criticism, and they understand that criticism or critique is there to help them grow. So they end up being great employees, great people too.
Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the things they're doing this summer?
Sure. I would love to talk about these amazing kids. Come on forward, guys. So we have Victoria will be graduating this year, and she's going to Texas Christian University for dance. Maddie is also graduating this year. She actually combined her junior and senior year, and she has been given a full scholarship to study at San Francisco Ballet. So she'll be heading there. Sam is going to the Rock School this summer on scholarship to study with the prestigious Rock School, which was recently named as one of the schools in the country with the highest ranking for getting dancers professional careers. So he will be spending the summer there. And Nathan and Miss Lily here will be attending the Juilliard School this summer. They are 2 of 22 dancers chosen to partake in that program, 2 of them right here from the Draper Center. So these kids are doing incredible things. And again, coming up in just next weekend, May 31st, June 1st, these dancers will be performing Little Red Riding Hood right here at the JCC stage. So if you want to see them in action, please make sure you come out and join us.
So we're going to close out with a video of these dancers performing a pas de trois at one of their competitions. So let me just cue that up, and then after that, we'll close out the program. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Jamey, before we start showing that video, I just want to thank you so much. And it was really engaging and inspiring. For anyone in the audience who's a quality professional, you can maintain ASQ certification, and we can issue RU certificates if you contact us. We'll also be posting a short 5-question evaluation survey, and we'll be mailing that out as well, because your feedback helps us improve future programs. All right, so once again, thank you, Jamey, and we'll leave you to watch the final video performance. Thank you.
Everybody. you.